It was a dark and stormy night, the kind that makes you feel uneasy. Rain lashed against the windows of Northwest Orient Flight 305, creating a symphony of relentless tapping. The Boeing 727 was flying at 20,000 feet, cutting through the turbulent skies with determination. It was Thanksgiving Eve, 1971, a time when families eagerly awaited reunions and celebrations. Most passengers just wanted to get home to their loved ones. Among them, a man sat alone, blending into the background. He was unremarkable at first glance. He wore a dark suit and a black tie, attire that spoke of formality and purpose. He sipped a bourbon and soda, the amber liquid swirling in his glass as he took measured sips. He seemed calm, almost bored, as if the storm outside was of no concern to him. His name, he told the flight attendant with a polite smile, was Dan Cooper. This would be the first thread in a mystery that would captivate America for decades, a tale that would become legend. Florence Schaffner was working the aisle that night. She noticed Cooper. He was in his mid-40s. He had dark hair neatly combed. He held a briefcase on his lap. He motioned her over. She leaned in. He passed her a note. His voice was low, a quiet demand. Schaffner glanced at the note. It mentioned a bomb. Cooper's eyes were cold. Schaffner did as he asked. She went to alert the captain. Captain William Scott couldn't believe it. A hijacking? On his flight? He looked at the note. $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes. He had to take Cooper seriously. He contacted air traffic control. The FBI was called in. The plane was diverted to Seattle-Tacoma Airport. The passengers were unaware. They thought it was just a technical delay. Cooper remained calm. He seemed to know what he was doing. He was in control. Section 4. Into the night. The night was dark and filled with tension. The plane landed in Seattle. The authorities were ready, their faces stern and focused. FBI agents surrounded the plane, their presence a mix of caution and determination. Negotiators spoke to Cooper, their voices calm but firm. He relayed his demands with precision. He wanted the money and the parachutes delivered without delay. The authorities agreed, knowing the stakes were high. The exchange took hours, each minute feeling like an eternity. Finally, Cooper got what he wanted. The money was in his hands and the parachutes were ready. He released the 36 passengers and most of the crew, their faces showing a mix of relief and fear. Only a few crew members remained. He gave them specific instructions, his voice steady and commanding. They were to fly to Mexico City, a destination that seemed both near and far in the night. As night fell, the plane took off again, its engines roaring into the darkness, carrying with it the weight of uncertainty and hope. Section 5. The Vanishing. The plane climbed into the night sky. Cooper stayed in contact with the pilots. He gave them specific instructions: altitude, airspeed, heading. He was in command. Then, everything went silent. Over the forests of southwest Washington, something happened. The crew felt a change in air pressure. A door indicator light flickered. DB Cooper was gone. He had jumped. Section 6. Whispers in the Wind. The mystery deepened. The FBI launched a massive manhunt. They scoured the wilderness. They questioned everyone. They found nothing. Years passed. The case went cold. But the legend of DB Cooper grew. Some believed he perished in the jump. Others weren't so sure. He seemed to know what he was doing. He had planned it carefully. He could have survived. The question lingered. Did DB Cooper get away with it? Section 7. Could he have survived? 40 years later, a rumor surfaced. Whispers of a man who had seemingly vanished into thin air, only to reappear decades later. In a small town in Montana, an old man walked into a bar. He was quiet, unassuming, the kind of man who could easily blend into the background. He sat alone, nursing a beer. His demeanor was calm, almost too calm for someone with a past shrouded in mystery. He reminded the bartender of someone from the old stories, the legends that had been passed down over the years. The bartender struck up a conversation, curious to know more about this enigmatic figure. He asked the old man about his past. The old man smiled. His eyes twinkled with a hint of mischief and untold stories. He leaned in and whispered, "Let's just say I had a very interesting life." His words hung in the air, filled with intrigue. Then he got up and left. The bar door closed behind him, leaving more questions than answers. The bartender never saw him again. The encounter left him puzzled. wondering about the true identity of the mysterious old man. Could this have been D.B. Cooper, the infamous hijacker who vanished without a trace? Did he survive the jump? The mystery remains. The legend of D.B. Cooper continues to captivate and baffle, leaving us to wonder if he truly did survive and live out his days in anonymity.